Fixed it. Just going to do a quick check here to make sure that Twitch has caught up to me here. Yeah, I don't know why, but if I plug anything in after I've got Streamlabs going, then Streamlabs does not detect it. It's like it must have everything in it before you open the program. You must have everything plugged into your computer, or it just will not register it. So I wish I knew how to correct that. I wish there was a way, but I really don't. I have no idea. So if you know a way, hey, let me know. Otherwise, I will just have to be more careful in the future to make sure that I am putting things together properly before I hit the start button, or before I turn on Streamlabs, rather. Okay. So let me get rid of this. And now that already puts us like 10 minutes behind where I wanted to be. But that's okay. We're going to get to it right now. Okay. Here we go. First, again, using the blue snowball microphone, again this time, so that I can just have headphones on, and I can do this without moving the microphone. Fascinating modern age we live in. Alright, let's go. Castle of Dwarves. No name, it's just Castle of Dwarves. It's like if you had a castle and you had just, you know, it's just a castle, like Minas Tirith, instead of having a name like that. Or, yeah, instead of Minas Tirith, or what's the capital of Rohan called? It's Edoras. Instead of a cool name like that, you just call your place Castle of Humans. Doesn't quite have the same ring to it. And I've always found it really interesting that while we are happy to do this with fantasy races, Castle of Dwarves, whatever, we don't extrapolate that naming convention to ourselves. The humans always have really interesting names for their stuff, but everyone else is just like, you know, Gnome Town, Gnome Village, you know, Castle of Dwarves, Elven Forest. Let's get a little more creative. Anyway, here we go. This is a castle of us dwarves, ruled by our great King Gaiat. Lolly-ho. And it is Lolly-ho in this game. They corrected it in later games so that it would be Rally-ho. And it's so dumb to me when we make these little changes, because Lolly, Rally, they have no intrinsic meaning on their own. All they are is a Japanese sound transliterated into English, and somewhere along the line people said, oh, no, don't translate the Japanese sound ra as la, translate it as ra instead, an R instead of an L. This is the same kind of thinking that gave us Aerith instead of Eris. So every time you say her name, Aerith, it sounds like you're speaking with a lisp, because, and again, I mentioned this before, and I promise we will get to a whole breakdown of the Eris name change, which caused such ripples through the fan community. But the idea here is that in Japan, hey, there's Kagopan, and he can back me up on this. Japanese students, when they are taught English, are taught that the S in a name is pronounced as a TH. So, for example, if your name is Thomas, in Japanese, that would be spelled in the katakana Tomasu. SU for S. It's a dropped vowel sound. But anyway, the Japanese are taught to translate the S as TH. So the very first assignment I had while I was teaching in Japan, this was in 2008, I had notebooks and notebooks and notebooks, probably 90 to 100 of these notebooks, where the kids had to write the name Thomas. They were translating it from the katakana into the English, and they all wrote, I swear to God, they wrote Tomath. 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 So I can't prove it, but I intend to research it and look into it, because this is a theory I've had ever since then, that the whole reason we have Aerith is because someone in Japan who's a translator or something said, oh, you know, Eris, that should be a TH in English, like her name should be Aerith, and we've been mistranslating it this whole time as Eris. It's that kind of thing that drives me nuts. And who knows, it may have been a well-meaning foreigner living in Japan who came up with this idea and brought it to Squaresoft's attention. I have no idea. But it's something I'm interested in, just because the language differences between the two countries don't matter in pretty much anything until you get into this transliteration stuff. And all of a sudden you have people going, oh, it's not lollyho, it's rallyho. It's from the Japanese. That makes it correct. Or you have people saying, actually, her name's not Eris, it's Aerith. That's how the Japanese say it, so that's the way that it should be. And I find that reasoning just to be completely reductive, because you will never have a direct translation from one language into another. Thank you. Yes, this is true. So, because Final Fantasy VII is the last of the Final Fantasy games to allow you to change the names of all the characters, my friend Kagopan here is correct in that, yes, you could change her name to Chicken Burger. But then, of course, we have to have the argument. Do you call her Chicken Burger, or is it Chikin Baga? Anyway, all this about a name when we could actually be playing the game. And the name of the game is Final Fantasy II. None of this Final Fantasy IV nonsense. I don't care what I called the stream. It's Final Fantasy II. It says it on the title screen. Lolly ho, meet King Gaiet. I will. Golbez is a bad guy, but you seem different. All right. Well, at least we know that we have a mutual enemy, right? Chikin Vaga. Thank you, Kagopan, for telling me the correct name for the character in the red dress in Final Fantasy VII. Lollyho is our password. See, Lollyho is their password. You go around saying Rallyho, you're wrong. It's the wrong password. This guy right here just told me so. Together. 3, 2, 1. Lollyho. It reminds me in Xenogears of the old ship captain guy who's always on about how we are men of the sea. Wait, he's happy. Okay, what a nice guy. Like, he doesn't know us, and he's just happy we're okay. Nice. I'm Luca. I can't find my dolls. Have you seen them? No, but we certainly will, believe me. Second floor. Dwarf items are strange. Can you use it okay? Again, especially since I've got Kagopan in the chat here, he knows what a Japanese phrase this is. Can you use it okay? I don't think we need any items. Let's just see what they've got here. Okay, good to know. They've got cabins and carrots. Both of those may come in handy later on. They've got an inn, but I think we are doing just fine. Rosa's down a little bit on the magic points. How much? Oh, 600. No thank you. Authorized dwarves only. So that's right. They only let you in certain parts of this place until you actually do something for them. Do they say that? Oh, nice. I like that. King Gaiet is waiting. Alright, so the dwarves here, I like this in that they won't let me just have access to their castle willy-nilly, right? They apparently feel sorry for us. They are relieved that we're okay after our airship crashed, but they at least have the sense not to just let us wander around all over the place. I like that. That's realistic. Good on them. And here's the king's room. Who's going to talk to the king? Is it Cecil? Should we have Sid do it? He's kind of dwarf-like, isn't he? Like he's big and strong and muscular and has a hammer. I feel like those are dwarven traits. Karate Master Yang. You can always rely on Yang. I don't know how much of a diplomat he is, but we know that he's a polite guy. Kane? I don't know. Rosa. Obviously an asset to our party, but I'm not sure how diplomatic she is in her speaking. Let's have Cecil do it. Not that we have a choice anyway. Glad you're fine. May I ask who you are, sir? Sir. Should be sire. Come on, dude sitting on a throne, Cecil. You should know this stuff. You're a knight. They train you in that stuff. I am the king of dwarves, Gaiet, and the ruler of the underground. Now again, imagine some other fantasy race. Elves or dwarves or gnomes or hobbits, whoever. And they enter this castle. And the first thing that the king says to them is, I am the king of the humans. It just sounds weird. So I don't know why we're okay with that convention for other fantasy races, but not for humans. Anyway. Have you still got the dark crystals? You came for the crystals. I'm afraid 2 out of 4 have been taken. We're late. But the crystal in this castle is still safe. Our tanks turned them away. I do like that the dwarves have tanks. I think that's really cool. We have seen your tanks fighting against the airships. Ah, you call those things flying things airships. You have strange things of the world above. So they know of the world above, which is interesting because the humans, apparently, who live up there, don't know about the world below. Would you support us with your airship? I wish we could, but it has been greatly damaged from the last fighting and landing. Everyone looks at Sid. I forgot to de-equip him. Darn it. Do you need anything to do the repairs? The airship won't last in the heat of the lava. I must go back to the upper world and wrap the body with mystic silver. See you later. See you later. Bye, Sid. Leaving me at the worst possible time. Sid! Thank you, Cecil, for being the voice of reason here. Don't worry, I'll come back soon. Take care. Thanks, Rosa. Never mind. Voice of reason, he was just saying so long. Sid left. You can always count on Yang. You can never count on Sid. That's not true. I'm just messing around. Sid's the guy who got us the Enterprise. Come on. King Gaiet, where is the crystal? It is hidden behind my throne. Sure, people I don't really know who just say that they're here and fighting against Golbez and stuff. I'll just tell you that the crystal, which is the treasure of my people, happens to be hidden right here. As long as I am well, so is the crystal. What is he, like, eat, sleep, go to the bathroom in that chair? That must... Maybe he's working from home, too. I love this. Yang can sense it. Like, it's so good. It's such a stereotypical, like, martial arts master thing that you can sense danger. But I love it. I feel someone eavesdropping on us. What? There's that thing. I hate that thing. I do like hear how the guards are all of a sudden on alert. No one is here. I felt someone sneaking around. Open the door. Lolly! See, it makes just as much sense as rally. God, here we go. It's locked. Yip ho ho ho. Indeed. Yippee-ki-yay. They do a little dance for you. It's, oh boy. Again, I think we're going to be fine on this one. It's just trauma from being a child and getting my butt kicked by these things over and over and over again.
We're the Calbrina! You fools! You've doomed yourselves! We're gonna get you! Teen Girl Squad!
Arrowed!
We'll take this good news as presents to Master Golbez. Yip ho ho ho!
There you go. Teen Girl Squad. And they're about to get arrowed. Arrow 'em, Rosa! Yeah, I don't think they stand a chance against us. This is nice. I like this. Again, when I was a kid, I'm pretty sure it was like if you're under 1,050 hit points, or maybe when you're just there, like this is really hard. But we've got 200 more than that, so I think we're going to be just fine. I'm not sure I've ever beaten them before they turn into the Calbrina, though. I heard that is something that you can do. And again, the most important thing throughout this entire fight is that Cecil survives. If he dies, you automatically die in the next fight. Oh, these guys are the hard ones here. Oh, they can still turn into it even though I killed half of them. It's alright, I'd rather have a single target boss anyway. Oh, right, Kane's got that drain spear. That's awesome. Again, I don't know what aim does in this game. I think it makes Rosa's accuracy go up and makes her shoot her bow at the same time. But I don't know for sure. I know it was originally intended to be like a status buff that she could give. Oh, no, that's... I'm not going to hit her. Like, that's... You don't do that. We're going to waste the MP and heal her. Stop that. Jesus. So one time, my friend and I, we were playing Final Fantasy 3. My friend and I, we were playing Final Fantasy 7. I don't know where 3 came from. Oh, because I was looking for Cure 3. We were playing Final Fantasy 7, and we were right at the end of the game. We got up to Sephiroth. Spoiler alert, Sephiroth's the final boss in Final Fantasy 7. And we got up to him, and he did something where he turned a couple of our characters into frogs that were confused. And so our frog people who were confused kept throwing mega elixirs to Sephiroth. And he would not die. And we weren't smart enough. We thought, there's no way this game would let us inadvertently use a mega elixir on Sephiroth. But no, that's exactly what was happening. And it took us probably half an hour to figure this out. And finally, we figured out what the issue was. We healed the confusion status, and we killed him. But it took forever. We have 4,500 experience, and Kagupan's reporting that this thing is apparently an FF14, the Calbrena doll, which is terrifying.
You'll pay for this. Our Master Gomez already knows this place. Do.
What? Well, Cecil. There he is. Darth Vader. Golbez. You got me the other day, but now the old mage is gone. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master. I will tell you why I'm gathering the crystals. Why? Why would he tell us that? All the crystals, both light and darkness, are the keys to reactivate the Tower of Babel that leads to the moon. It is said the moon possesses powers beyond human comprehension. I'm losing the Darth Vader voice. Maybe if I go, it'll sound better. And there is only one more crystal to get. You've been very helpful. Receive your last reward. That's a little better. A little better. The other voice I was doing turned into Alanon from the Shannara books, the audiobooks from the, 90s? Now. Hold gas. Wait till you see the real terror of the dark side. I love this. Mealtime shadow. So this is the part. This is it. I was convinced as a kid that this was just unbeatable, or that it was completely random who he used that demolish spell on. It's not. He kills everyone in your party except Cecil. It doesn't matter how many people are still around. As long as Cecil is there, you make it through. So, this is a surprise return. That mist blew my shadow dragon away. You can move now. Who is it? One of the most triumphant returns in any Final Fantasy game. Give it up for Rydia. Looks a whole lot different. There's a good reason for that, which we'll get into. Ooh. She doesn't have life 2 yet. Okay. Kane comes back last because he's a dirty traitor. Oops. I love this music. This is just, it's classic. It's classic. Classic Final Fantasy fight music. And it's amazing. Ooh, look at all these things she's got here. I think Titan is the strongest. You'll remember that the last time we saw her summon Titan, it was a bit of an accident, and she ended up causing a massive avalanche in a small valley. To be fair, that was kind of our fault. Why? Bam! We beat Golbez! Woo! Game's over! That's it. That's the end. It's not the end. Rosa learned size. Make your own jokes. We did it. We defeated Golbez. I forgot about this. This is actually what we're thinking here. Look, great job, guys. We did it. Roll credits. All because of your help, Rydia. What happened to you, Rydia? Leviathan swallowed me and took me to the land of summoned monsters. Took you where? It's the world where all the summoned monsters live. I can't use white magic anymore. I can't use any more white magic, but I increased my powers as caller and user of black magic. There, the time flows differently. Is that why you look all grown up? Who is she? She's the girl we found in Mist. The child? Make your own Grogu jokes here. She's even green, so I guess that works too. Amazing. But why? Your mother. Stop that. The queen there told me, the greater power of evil is at work. We must confront it together. Rydia. I do not perish. Ah, it's the creepy hand. So again, further with the Darth Vader parallel, we have defeated Golbez and apparently cut off his hand, which has now grabbed the crystal and left. Oh my, he took the crystal. Oh my, he took the crystal. Well, King, you've revealed your secret chamber, and sorry, but we totally messed up.
We must protect the last crystal then.
Where is it?
In the sealed cave of Northwest. But do not worry, the cave cannot be entered without the key. And all he wished was for his son to read the map.
Is there a map to go with this key? Oh yes, I almost forgot. With the map, your father gave me this key. Key? Yes, keep it safe. Anyway, this Hobbit audiobook, BBC drama version of it. What should we do? Golbez is on his way.
So now is the chance for us to regain other crystals in the Tower of Baybil.
What?
Now Golbez is busy trying to get the last crystal. We will draw their attention with our tanks, and you can sneak in. Now is the only chance.
What do we do? Isn't it their fortress? It's dangerous. But we must do something now. Now is the only chance we have. Okay. We'll do it.
Good. There's a path through the exit in the bottom of this castle. Go whenever you're ready. Good luck.
So now, because we've done our best to try and stop Golbez, who they recognize as a bad guy, they are trusting us now to be able to explore their castle and make use of their storerooms and things like that, which is going to be really helpful. That sealed cave that they're talking about, we will end up there, and it is my least favorite dungeon in the game, because even the doors there, every single door in the entire place is a trap door, except one, and it gets really tedious. Anyway. Okay. She's sad because we kind of killed her dolls that she liked to play with. I guess they got possessed or something by the Golbez's evil power. Okay, some backstory here. Apparently, there's the king and his daughter, and the queen is gone. We can presume that she's been killed or died of illness or something like that. Have you learned it? Oh. I thought that was going to be like a Zelda 2 thing where like he's going to teach me some magic for a minute. Or a new weapon technique. Alright, thanks, man. So this looks really suspicious here, but it's not actually anything I can walk through. Do these guys say anything different? No. Okay. They're just obsessed with their catchphrase. No, he's not. We just talked to him. He's fine. Alright, so up here we've got weapons and arm. Come here. Dwarf weapons are heavy. Can you use it? Yes. Dwarf armors are hard. Like diamond. Can you move in it? Yes, I'll be fine. So what do we have here? We've got a Dwarf Axe. Jeez, oh man, 15,000. A great bow, which we've already got equipped on Rosa. Darkness arrows. I think those cause blinding or something. They sound cool anyway. The fire sword we already have. The flame spear is the next thing for Cain. However, I'm a little concerned about getting it. And the reason I'm concerned is because I can't remember what happens next. You see, you go into the Tower of Babel twice. In the first time, I've really got to think here. The first time, I think you get kicked out or something. And then, I think after that you go to the sealed cave. And then after that you go into the Tower of Babel again. And then you get the ice weapons. I think. I really can't remember. So, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to buy the flame spear for Cain. I think it's an upgrade for him. So we're going to try that. And we'll go with that. Okay. Everything else... let's... I just bought one. How do I could have sworn there was a way to, like, make this be, like, 99. And, like, go up by... But maybe that's only in Final Fantasy 3 and up. Okay. So we'll buy her 40 darkness arrows. I feel like that's pretty good. Let's go in here and sort everything so that those all get combined. And we're going to equip Cain and Rosa before I forget. Let's see if his attack goes up. So he's currently at 99. Ooh, yuck. Yeah, we're going to stick with that Drain Spear. That's okay. 11,000 honestly isn't that much. Not at this point in the game. Nice. What did that take her up by? 36 to 41. Cool. And what do we have for armor? Oh, fire stuff and wizard stuff. Okay, so Cain can use the fire stuff as well. We're going to do a bit of a test and make sure that it's actually going to be an improvement for him before we buy it and equip it. And this wizard stuff in Rune Ring. Oh, Yang can use it too. We're going to check to see who is equipped with wizard gear now, so we don't accidentally buy too much. Rydia comes with a whip, which is her weapon of choice, basically, for the rest of the game. We don't have any others. On her head, let's see. We don't have anything for her. Probably nothing here as well. Rosa is equipped with the wizard dress or tunic or whatever it is. And she's got the tiara on her head and silver arm ring. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Oh, right, I wanted to... You know what, let's do this first so I don't forget. We're going to buy 2 of these, because they're only 2,000 apiece. And we're going to buy 1 of these, and let's buy 1, 2, 3 of those. And we're going to get our wizards equipped and change our party order a little bit here. Whoops, not that way. This way. So that'll protect Rydia since she's a wizard by putting her in the back row. And let's get her equipped here. Okay. Nice. Nice. And rune ring. Nice. Very good. Rosa next. Let's see if the wizard hat is better than the tiara. Nope, tiara's better. Okay. Alright, nice. Good upgrades. And lastly, we're going to de-equip Cecil here, because I want to see if this fire stuff is better for Kane. Oh, he doesn't have a fire helmet or gauntlets yet. I'm going to keep that in mind. Okay, so let's test this on Kane. He's got a silver shield now. Fire shield. Oh, it's exactly the same. So we're going to keep him with the silver shield. And then the armor. It's a tiny upgrade. I don't think it's worth spending like 30,000 gold on it just to go up by 2 defensive points here. So let's get Cecil re-equipped. Yeah, that's interesting that that doesn't make a difference. And what I'm looking for here now is if they have a fire helmet and gauntlets. They do not. They've only got the shield and the armor. So I think we're done here. Let's go back here and check out this place. Cafe Howdy. Shouldn't it be like Cafe Lolly Ho or something? Let's party. Let's dance, Lolly. Everyone's got to have a hobby, guys. He can just jump right over my head. And pushes me out of the way. Ah, goodness. Lolly lolly ho. He's just a nice dwarf. See how the floor is weird there, but there's nothing there. Huh. I don't remember if there's any use to this place aside from that one random dwarf guy who just dances around. Okay. Cafe Howdy is kind of boring. Up here, I think, takes us outside. Oh, no, we're in the towers now. The door down there takes us outside. So we're going to just help ourselves here. Ooh, found a Dwarf Axe. I'm glad we didn't buy one. I think this might be an upgrade here. 78. 76. Meh. It upped his defense, but it dropped his attack. Let's see if it's good for Kane. No. Although it does bring his defense up by 8. Like, that's really good. Defense or offense? You know what? I'm going to put him with the Dwarf Axe for now. We've got the Drain Spear. We'll just hang on to that. Good to know. I am trying to help him out. Haven't done a real good job so far, but I'm glad King Guyot has some confidence in us. Nothing in any of the pots we're able to get to conventionally. And, oh, there we go. What was that, 500? And that's it? Man, that's like nothing. Okay. Did I try this already? I think one of these you can, like, exit out over here. I guess that's not this one. Okay. Alright. Bit of a puzzle. Oh, a strength ring. You know who gets that. Especially since I forgot to give him that other ring that we bought for him. So let's see. Rune ring would take him up to 28. And 11 on the magic. Strength ring. Yeah, that's obviously more his style. It doesn't give him anything in the way of defense. It actually takes his defense down. And it boosts his attack by 1. Although compared to the iron ring he was wearing, no, it's the same. Let's just run with that. It'll be okay. Ether. An elixir. Nice. And ether 2. Now let's go out here. Hey guys, this side is clear too. Good. Good to know. Notice also that there was some red, like, foliage down there. Many bad guys on the upper world? Golbez is gone. Good. So they've got, like, trees down here that apparently grow in the light of the... that's coming out of the lava, which is kind of cool. Alright, go in the left tower here. Hello. Fighting against Golbez? Then you're our ally. Take the treasures. Don't mind if I do. Although hopefully they're a little more interesting than what we saw in that other tower. Look, beggars can't be choosers and all, but I mean, you gotta have some standard here. Nothing. Oop. Another 500. I'm not impressed. I feel like there should be something else down here, but there's not. Okay. Yeah, not great. Now there's a naming way stuck in here. This one I like. It's a little bit more of a maze. And I honestly don't know how to progress through it. I can't go down, I can't go up. I can't do either here. So let's try going off to the left again. Aha! Wait, where is it? Okay. Where is it taking me? There we go. Nice. Elixir. Alright. It's harder than it looks, trust me. Am I stuck now? Oh, nope. There we go. Black belt. Gee, who's that for? Pink Puff. Howdy to you too. Alright, so black belt, I mean, it can't be for anyone else, right? It's got to be for our karate master Yang here. And he's going to replace his karate outfit, his gi, with his black belt. I like it. Let's see what it does. 70 and 25. 70 to 32. Nice. So that ups his defense by quite a bit, which is going to come in handy. And, oh, I guess does it go in a circle? Yeah, it does. Cool. All right, we're done. Let's, oops, get out of here. We don't need to go back out there. I think we already saw everything on that level of the castle. Down here, though, we are going to spend the exorbitant fee of 600. Oh, yeah, so now we can definitely afford a room at the inn. We just reached our hand into the money jar, and we'll give them 600 of that back. Right. So the last thing I would like to do today, because and we are kind of approaching 9:30, is I would like to go through the whole bottom part of this castle and get to the exit on our way to the Tower of Babel. Yes, that is definitely RPG logic. And you know what? It works. It definitely works. It's like, you know, Link cutting the bushes outside of everyone's house, or picking up their pottery and throwing it and looting it for money. So here, this looks like a hospital. Yep, it's the nursing room. Dwarves are tough, but we get hurt too. Yeah. Sleep and get well. Thanks. Thanks, pal. Alright. So, there's something back there. I think that's the secret exit to get out of here. Big Chicabo. No. Here, it's the bird of sacred. It's the bird of sacred. Ah, goodness. A big Chicabo will come here and hold your belongings. Good to know. Found a carrot. Found a carrot. There's 4 carrots here, which is nice. Nope, 3 carrots. I thought there were 4. Oh, well. What's up here? Okay, this is back at the weapon and armor store. So, yeah, we can get the heck out of here now. Do we need to store anything? And yeah, the translation, you know, I feel like they tried. Like, they must have tried, right? This was the biggest Final Fantasy to come out in the United States at that time. Like, you'd had Final Fantasy 1 for the Nintendo, which some people played and they thought it was fine. It was like on par with Dragon Warrior for how grindy it was, but there was nothing on this scale. And so I feel like they probably could have tried just a little bit harder to correct the translation. Still, honestly, I've seen worse. As much as I like Legend of Dragoon on the PlayStation, for example, that translation was terrible. And it's not just the translation. A lot of what matters is the localization. And if you don't frame certain things correctly, then they just don't make sense to your audience. So there's jokes. There's lots of jokes in Legend of Dragoon that were probably really funny in Japanese, but when they ported them over to English, they did it in such a literal way that it's not funny. I remember there's this one part where you're in a desert or something, and you're walking along, and there's these 2 guys up there on like a archway or something in the desert, and they start making these jokes about like, haha, these guys must think they're doctors walking through the desert like this. And I'm just like, what? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Yes, that's a really good point, actually. Holy didn't come around until, what, like Final Fantasy VII or something. Up until then, in this game you had white? No, in this game you have, white. And then in Final Fantasy III, you have pearl. And you know why they called it pearl. It's like they saw the animation for Holy, which is this like, thing that goes like this, and these 3 little like marbles that come down and circle an enemy and explode, and they're like, oh, well, those kind of look like pearls, so we will call this spell pearl. And you're just like, oh, okay, I guess. So it's so weird. It's so weird. It makes you think, like, the stuff that was able to come over during that time period, like in Zelda 2, right? Like, the graveyard has a bunch of crosses in it, and there's a cross on Link's shield in a lot of the promotional art and stuff like that. And you're just like, okay, so they did it here, but in other games like Dragon Warrior, I think it is, they changed the houses of healing, or the houses of prayer where you bring your guys back to life. They changed it from like a cross on the building to like a heart or something like that. Right. Yes, I remember that Pearl Wind. Wasn't that one of Mog's things? I think it was when he's dancing. Or maybe I'm thinking of something different. I can't remember. I can't wait until I get to Final Fantasy III. It's been so long since I've played that. Much longer than this game. I've played this one a few years ago now. And before then I hadn't played it in a really long time. But Final Fantasy III, I haven't played that game in probably 15 to 20 years probably. Let's see, Iron Ring and Karate Gi. We can get rid of that. Oh yeah, Strago, because he had all of the monster attacks, right? So yeah, I'll bet you're right. And you know what? Strago's just one of those characters that I never really used when I played. I was one of those people that, because I kind of, Final Fantasy II here was my first Final Fantasy, I was really set on the idea of having like 4 main characters, because obviously your party in that game is 4 people instead of 5. But I was set on having that main character party, and everyone else I kind of treated as a side character. And later on, when I got older, I was like, oh, this is great. You have this entire cast of characters. This is awesome. I should use everybody. And I still never got to using everybody. But the cool thing about that game that I didn't realize at the time is that everyone really does have a part. And everyone does have a backstory. And I find that fascinating. Especially for a game of that era. I like how all these treasure chests are open. At first you're like, oh, what's the deal, guys? What's going on here? But then you realize they've been at war with Golbez's forces. Like, they've been fighting a battle down here. So you can kind of understand why they're low on supplies. Now, this is going to come into play later on. The Tower of Baybil has a huge cannon called the Super Cannon. Because, of course, why wouldn't it? And again, sticking with the Star Wars parallels, not only do you have Golbez running with some very strong parallels to Darth Vader, not only in his look and the way he speaks a lot of the time, and his family connection to the main character, spoiler alert, but you also have here a super weapon. So instead of a Death Star laser, you've got the super cannon. Brave New World. What is Brave New World? Is that a mod for FF6? Like, what is it? Free Enterprise, I think, is a mod for this game. Alright, Kagopan, thank you for hanging out. I will look forward to seeing you on Sunday if you can make it. Always cool to see you. And again, we should do a Zoom session or something soon because it has been too long. Oh, that's cool. So, I know about some of the design issues. Like, I always thought, was it the Hyper Wrist or whatever that gives you like a ton of extra vigor or whatever it is? Vigor isn't actually like key to any real stat in the game, so it doesn't actually do anything. Or like in FF7, I think, how in regular FF7, I think it was magic defense didn't actually work or something like that. Don't underestimate, or don't overestimate your powers. Retreat whenever you have to. Yeah, all their supplies are used up, so you can tell that they're in a bad way down here. Oop, come back here. Our tanks will attract the attention of the cannon, so you can sneak in. Well, that is very brave of them. This is the pot of life. Want a sip? Yeah. I mean, you guys look like Vikings. Might as well tip the horn back and have the mead of life. Alright, and here we are on the Overworld. Well, the Underworld Overworld. Let's see. Brave New World fixes a lot of bugs, makes all the stats matter, makes the characters a lot more distinct from each other by restricting Esper equipability, adds a lot of quality life improvements. Wow. Huh. That actually sounds really interesting. I may look that up tonight. I would be really interested in playing that. Because, I mean, you think about it, you're completely right. Like, the characters in that game, aside from their one special skill, like, what, Edgar uses tools, Sabin uses blitz, like, that's the only thing that differentiates them, really. And by the time you get into the late game, I mean, everyone knows Ultima already, and that's just how you end up beating everything. Everyone throws up Ultima, and it's game over for everything. So I would actually be interested in playing a game that limited that. Because you can only learn Ultima from one place. No, two places, right? No, one. You can learn it from... Let me remember here. You can learn it from the Ragnarok Esper, if you choose not to get the Ragnarok Sword. And you can get it from... Oh, the Paladin Shield, right? Those are the two places you can learn Ultima. But again, like, Ultima, I feel, really broke that game, because all anyone is doing is they're using Ultima to attack, and maybe you've got one guy using... Is it Cure 3 is the maximum in that game? I can't remember. So you're using Cure 3 for everybody else. Yeah, that's... I would actually prefer restrictions on that. So yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for letting me know about that. I'm going to check that out later. Whoops, wrong button. Alright, so now we are out here on the Overworld. I think the best thing to do here may be to try and get a couple levels up to make sure that we really are prepared for when we go into the Tower of Babel. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know the Dwarf Axe was a ranged weapon. I haven't played this in a really long time. I tell people, if you want to see someone who hasn't played Final Fantasy II in 20 years, by all means join me. If you're looking for a pro run through, I am not the guy. I am here to make mistakes and hopefully learn from them. Whoa, wait, you made a hack of the game? Holy crap. That's awesome. Okay, let me write that down. That's the coolest thing that I've heard today. Oh, right, active time battle system. Let me hold this button down while I write this. And Brave New World. Cool. That's awesome. Okay. So yeah, that blows me away. Like, I've never met anyone who was able to make hacks of games. Like, that's awesome. So I will check that out tonight as well. Oh my god, I'm getting in so many random battles. It's like, guys, give me a break. I'm trying to go somewhere. I'm just trying to get up to your tower so I can invade it. What's the deal? There we go. as I always say, you can always count on Yang. And of course, there's going to be no time that you can count on Yang more than when it comes to the super laser of the Death Star Tower over here. Okay, is this... No, we're not quite there yet. I think it's this way. Yeah, okay, it's right here. I think if you inch up, you can just see it. Nope. Are we not there yet? We're not there yet. We're close. Oh, here it is. Okay. So you can see the tanks there, ready and waiting. So I think this is a pretty good place to stop for the night, because it is after 9:30 now. So I'm going to use a tent, and we're going to save, and we will call it a night. All right. So, thank you very much for joining me. Especially to Kagopan, my old friend, who is living in Japan and has been for like the last decade now almost, I think. Has it been a decade? I think it's been a decade now you've been there. And thank you, Pink Puff, for all of the information about the mod or the hack for FF4, as well as telling me about Unprecedented Crisis, which I'm totally going to check out tonight. But as always, thank you guys for joining me, and I will be back doing this on Sunday at 8:30 Eastern Time, where we will go and invade Death Star Tower of Baybil and see what all kinds of fun and terrible things lie in there. すごい。どうもありがとうございました。Alright, so with that, thank you very much, and have a good night, everybody. See you next time.